Thank you. Yes. Yes, if you would. Maybe if you would, give us a brief overview of the document presented and also those two bills we talked about.
Yes, certainly. This is the Commerce Conference Committee that is both the Senate Commerce Committee and the House Commerce, Labor, and Economic Development Committee. And as you probably know, there are two bills in conference for this committee. It is Senate Bill 199 and House Bill 2088. And you will see at the top of your sheet that I handed out, those are marked. They have Commerce Conference out on the right-hand side. There are some other bills that have passed at least one chamber this session that are provided here on this page, and there's some additional information. There's both the bill number and just a really quick, shorter than the short title explanation of what those are, just to give you a reminder. There's a column for when a version passed the Senate and when a version of that particular bill passed the House. The bills at the top of the page there, I believe those are bills that were at least referred to both the House and the Commerce Committees that are here represented in the room today, so you may have seen those already. I believe House Bill number 2400 is in Senate Commerce, but I don't believe has had a hearing yet, so you may not be that familiar with that bill yet. The middle of the page, I believe those bills, if you look out on the right-hand side, the first bill, Senate Bill 227, did go through Senate Commerce, but it has been assigned to a tax conference committee. So I just wanted you to be aware. You may remember that bill, but just so you are aware, it has gone to a tax conference.
Send it back to Commerce.
And then there are some more bills there that I believe the Senate Commerce Committee has not necessarily seen, and there's on the side there, on the right-hand side, which committee that they did go through on the Senate side. But those were, I believe, bills that the House Commerce Committee did look at. And then at the very bottom of the page are bills that are on their way or have been presented to the governor. The little X's out to the right-hand side just mean that according to the website, the bill hasn't actually been presented yet, but it should be on its way. And then there are a couple updates from earlier this morning. I put this spreadsheet together before some of the House action today. So as you may recall, the House, in the top portion there, House Bill 2037, the House did concur with amendments on that bill. So you can cross that one off. And then also, I believe House Bill 2304 was another bill that the House concurred. It's in the middle of the page there, the Local Economic Development Incentive Program information. I'd be happy to answer questions if you have any. This is just kind of trying to give you an overview.
Senator Owens?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Two questions for you, Amelia. First, Senate Bill 51, the very top one, that has a House date, but I don't believe that's passed the House. Okay. No, you're fine. And then on Senate Bill 227, Senate Bill 227 in our latest chamber was just re-referred back to Commerce, just so you're aware. You can add that to our list.
Are there any other questions for Amelia?
And I apologize, that is an error on Senate Bill 51. I apologize, there should not be a House date in there. That must have been an error on my spreadsheet, I apologize. And that particular bill has recently been re-referred to, I believe, the Committee on Taxation in the House.
Any other comments? Okay. So the first bill we have today that we were looking at was Senate Bill 199, which was the permanent and seasonal retailers fireworks sales. We passed that, and it went to the House. The House passed it on March 18th. Can you give us what the House did on to that bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The House committee changed Senate Bill 199 simply by amending the effective date to the register.
Okay. Just a moment, and we'll. Thank you. The Senate will concur on Senate Bill 199. So moving to our second one. Oh, yes. Excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before you concur, I was hoping to make a change to 199.
Since we're not quite done with that yet, you have the floor.
Okay. So the House passed 119 to 0, an act concerning state memorials relating to fallen firefighters. And I thought this would be an appropriate place to try to put that bill. I do have a copy of the bill. It seems to be non-controversial. And since the firefighters are going to be working harder on because of this 199, I thought it might be appropriate to try to put this inside that bill. I'm talking about House Bill number 2372, and it passed 119 to 0.
Give us a moment. I have no objection to adding that to this bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I have.
Motion to do that.
If the two sides of conferees would just agree that if you want to restate, my understanding of the agreement for the conference committee report is that it's the contents of Senate Bill 199 as amended by House committee, but then also adding the provisions found in House Bill 2372 as amended by House committee.
That is the House offer, yes.
And Senate concurs, so thank you very much. Now we'll move on, if there's no objection, to House Bill 2088. House Bill 2088. Can you give us the changes on the House bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 2088 would enact the Fast Track Permits Act. The Senate committee removed the amendatory section that applied to the platted subdivisions and limited the application of the bill's fast track requirements to just building permits. The Senate committee did that by striking the words "for other required local government approval." Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The House has no concerns with the changes that you made, and this was actually inadvertently non-concurred to. It was sent to the wrong chairman.
And you concur with these changes?
I concur with these changes, yes. And unless you have something else that you want to add to it.
Okay. I don't think there's anything that we want to add at this time, so we're good.
Good. We'll concur. We'll make a motion to concur.
So, Senator Owens?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to touch base because there are a number of other bills that, while not currently in conference, are conferenceable. Wanted to touch base with the House and see if there are any of those bills that are a priority to have a conversation on at our next meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There are several bills in here that we would be interested in trying to find a home for. And I can tell you that currently SB 229 is something that we're talking in judiciary about. You guys passed that just recently. We are going to be moving the contents of SB 30 into, let's see, SB or House Bill 2342 because they have all to do with background checks and they're conflicting. And so we needed to put them both in the same bill. And so that would free up SB 30 in judiciary in the conference committee between judiciary and House Commerce. And we plan to insert the contents of SB 199 into that. And so that should be taken care of. We do have some outstanding.
99 or 229?
I'm sorry, 229, my bad.
So what you're saying is you're going to put 229 in with 30, and that'll kind of create that open shell?
Well, by moving the contents of 30 into 2342, it opens up 30 to be used for 229. And so we're going to take care of SB 30 and SB 229 all in one conference. But we don't have any vehicles in here currently. We could certainly ask to have some assigned or one assigned for some of these things. When it comes to the tax credit portions, other than the tax credits that were allowed to be passed out of Commerce in the House side, we're not authorized to discuss yet that they're wanting to keep all that tax bills into tax in the House side for now anyway. That doesn't mean that can't change. We do have a few others that we are interested in. Of course, 2119 came out of House Commerce, and you guys negotiated that, but haven't passed it across the floor yet. And so we'd be interested in doing something with that, and we would have authority to do something with that. The Home-Based Business Fairness Act, we would have interested in. The agricultural use of land is important to a single business that's being targeted, similar to the wineries were targeted over the last few years. And they're being reclassified as commercial use rather than agricultural use. And so that's something that we might be able to address if we were able to negotiate another tax bill. SB 9 is already taken care of. We have negotiated that with judiciary and have an agreement. And HB 2158, the beekeeper bill, is negotiating. We're going to be negotiating that with the ag. There is another bill, the HB 2340 pesticide bill, that is of importance to develop the land around Panasonic, and so we need to get to some sort of a solution for that as well. And if you guys are planning on going on GO, maybe you guys can pass a few of these suckers out tomorrow.
That's a great question. I'll see if I can find out the answer to that one and get back to you.
So I can inquire on my side as to possible vehicles, because as we move through this process, some bills are opening up because they're combining them. So hopefully you guys might be able to get one, we might be able to get one, and we'll be able to get some of this stuff knocked out this year. That would be great.
I totally agree. Well, we'll talk with our folks, you talk with your folks, and we'll reconvene.
You want to try to schedule a time later today, or do you want to wait and play it by ear so if we end up with a vehicle?
We have a ag meeting right now. We're late for. And as soon as, that's the last one today, not to think we're going back in shortly. So I don't know if you want to do anything today or do you want to do it tomorrow morning?
Stand by, please. All right, so we have a meeting at 3:30 with judiciary to do, as I said we would do. I think we're going to move that because we have not been assigned conferees on SB 30 yet. That currently is assigned to judiciary on the House side, and that won't happen until 4, and so we'll probably end up wrapping that up today. If for some reason judiciary can't meet with us this evening, then I'll let you know, and maybe we can get together then if we can get a vehicle. So, obviously, you know my weakness is mornings, and so you're trying to finagle something in the morning here. We would be able to meet at 8:30 or 9, whatever works for you. As long as we can get a vehicle. I mean, I don't want to come in here and not have something to do. And I'm sure these folks don't either.
How about we tentatively plan for 8:30? Just keep that blocked out. We'll go back and talk to leadership, see what's available out there. And you guys do the same, and then we'll touch base and confirm.
Thank you.
We'll let you know what room.
Thank you very much.